factor the four-term polynomial by grouping. Okay, so when we see a four-term polynomial, most of the time we're going to factor by grouping. And that means blue and red, right? Like Spider-Man. So I'm grouping the first two and I'm grouping the second two. I want to take out a GCF out of the first two, and I want to take a GCF out of the second two. Okay, greatest common factor. But before I do anything with factoring, I need to follow these steps first. First, I need to make sure that the polynomial is in order. And next, I need to see if there's a GCF between all of the terms, okay? And in this case, there is actually a GCF in between all four of the terms. Okay, so we have to take that out first. Step one, is it in order? Yeah, it's in order. These are usually in order. X squared, no x's, no x's. Okay, that's fine to me, right? All of my x's go from 2's down to 0's, so that's in order. Step two, is there a GCF? And yes, there is. Okay, when I look at my four terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, look at the coefficients. They all are even, right? So the number 2 is going to go into all four of these terms. Okay, so 2 goes in all four of them. Let's look. Can I take an x out of all four of them? I could take an x out of the first one and the second one. What about the third one? Nope. Okay, no x. What about a y? Well, I can take a y here and here, but can I take a y here? No. Okay, so my GCF is only going to be the number 2. And here's how I'm going to do that. Really what I'm doing is I'm going to take it out in front, right, the number 2. And really what I'm doing is I am dividing it out of each one of these terms. Okay, so this 2 out here, right, they're all coming out here. And then after I divide by 2, I'm going to put what's left. So let's do it. Taking out a 2, factoring out a 2 is a GCF from all four terms. From the first term, divide out a 2 and I'll be left with, let's see, 12 divided by 2, it's going to be 6 x squared y minus the second term, 16 divided by 2, let's see, that's going to be 8 x squared minus 18 divided by 2 is going to be 9y, so 9y plus 24 divided by 2, and that is 12. Okay, this 2 on the outside is going to stay there. Going to tag along all the way down to the end. What's in the parentheses, I am now going to factor by grouping. So let's do our colors, our blue and our red. Looking at the blue group, what can I take out of the blue group? Well, I can take out a 2 and an x squared, 2x squared, and let's see what's left over. 3y minus 2x squared from 8x squared is just going to be 4. All right, super duper important. I need to bring down this sign, right, this minus. So when I look at the red group, I'm going to take out a negative. What's my GCF in the red group? It's going to be a -3. And when I divide out a -3, I'm going to be left with, from the first term, I'll be left with 3y. When I divide a -3 out of a positive 12, a positive divided by negative is going to be a negative. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Okay, now, am I happy? Yes, I am happy, because this and this are the same thing, right? When I factor by grouping, that needs to be the same thing. Now, let's not forget our 2 out in front. Probably should have done that first so I don't forget. Now, the 2 is out in the front, and what I'm doing with this first term and this second term is I'm taking this 3y minus 4 out. I'm going to take that and I'm going to bring it out in the front. And when I take it out in the front, what am I left with? 2x squared minus 3. And this is factored completely. So it's not any different than any of the other factored by groupings, other than I have a GCF in my first step. So you need to take a GCF out of all 4 terms before you factor by grouping. Yep.